Hi everyone, welcome back to Brain Dump. My name is Kai. I meant to record this episode originally last week, but I keep ordering this cord for my microphone, and I'm ordering cords that are specifically made for this microphone, and none of them fit. But all of them are different too, so I'm very confused on what I need, but I'm using my other microphone right now, so I apologize if it's not the best quality. Okay. Anyway. So, per usual, I want to preface I'm not a mental health professional. I'm just a 20-year-old that's struggled with mental health pretty much my whole life, and I'm just here to share my personal experiences with these topics. Lately, I've been thinking about my life and what I want to do with it. I know I've talked about this before, just the fact that I have so many things that I want to do and dreams that I want to accomplish, it's hard to pick just one. And I know I don't have to pick just one, but when I'm trying to plan a future, it's hard to picture me doing all of these things and making money. Like, I am so excited to work in the behavioral health field, but I'm also just as excited to continue writing songs and doing this podcast and reading and journaling and spending time with my family and trying new things, just all of these aspects of my life that make me so immensely happy. So I asked myself this question, what do I want out of my life? And I cannot give you just one answer to that. I'm in my last month of being 20, and this past year has kind of forced me to think about my future and plan ahead with school and finances and doctor's appointments and all of these adult things that I'm still getting used to. Like, I know I'm 20 and I should be used to it by now, but some shit, it's like, it still feels weird that I don't need my mom to do it. And it's hard to pick what I want out of life when I have all this going on in the background constantly. I've been having to remind myself lately that I'm young and in college, and it's okay to relax. It's okay to have fun, and I don't have to constantly be thinking about what's next. And life is good right now. Obviously, there are things that could be going better, but I have friends, and I'm working a lot, and I'm getting a lot of fresh air and getting exercise, and it's just those great things that overpower some of the shitty aspects of life. So the reason I'm making this episode called What Do I Want Out of My Life is just to be a reminder that it's okay that I don't know right now. It's okay for that question to just remain a question because I have time to figure it out. Not everything is so serious all the time. I had an instance in the past few weeks because I don't really upload these episodes weekly anymore. I wish I did. I just have things going on, you know? Anyway, I had a situation where I realized how much my overthinking can paralyze me. And I kind of had this epiphany while reading books about overthinking, like, wow, nothing's really ever that deep. I can ask myself the serious question of what do I want out of my life all I want, but I know now that it's okay that I don't have that answer. But this is a question that used to paralyze me, and after this epiphany I had, and I know that may sound cheesy, but it's what happened, there's just so much that is clicking into place. I think that overthinking is a part of my nature, and it's not something that I'll ever be able to fully get rid of, but these past few weeks I've really figured out what battles are even worth fighting in my mind. Because my mind is usually so loud, like so many thoughts happening all at once, and I can't even be present because of it. I don't even know how to explain it, I'm just looking at it so differently now. I'm trying to see the innocence in life and learn to be less bothered by the actions of other people. Harsh truth is, you can't control what other people do or how they treat you. You wish you could, but it's not your choices to make. Another thing I'm really wanting out of life in this present moment is choosing to be kind over being right. When I interact with people, I want it to be peaceful and not something that leaves the other person disappointed. I used to want to be right all the time, and I feel like that made me a very exhausting person to be around. And that's not a good feeling, to be exhausted by someone. I'd choose being kind any day over being right. Finding these little things that I want out of my life is a lot more enjoyable and less stressful to think about than thinking about the grand scheme of my life and what I want out of it. I'm way too young to figure that out, honestly. And I know some people my age do have that figured out, but I don't. And it's okay if you don't either. I read this book last week about not sweating the small stuff, and that was a big contributor to my epiphany and realizing that not everything is that deep. some things are. Some things are heavy and deep and real, but some stuff just isn't. Like, just go with it. I'm going to try to get out of my comfort zone and talk to strangers this week, or however long it is until I make another episode. Not talk to strangers, but I don't know, people at work. I interact with so many customers, but sometimes I find myself avoiding them just because I'm afraid of judgment or rejection. But since I'm trying not to read too deeply into things anymore, I'm gonna just fucking strike up a conversation, and I want to do just random acts of kindness and make the people around me feel good, because we all need that. Yeah, I'm just trying to go with it lately. Not everything's so serious. Let me tell you, last night I went to an Olivia Barton concert in Atlanta. She was so good. Her performance was so raw and real, and it's wow. Like, she is, like, some people are just so talented, and she is one of those people. The opener canceled, so instead of an opener, she kind of just came out and did a little Q&A. It was a really small venue and not a lot of people were there, so I got to ask her 2 questions, and that was really great. And it was just a great little conversation because it felt like we were all just talking. Nobody had their phones out, and we just had one big conversation for like half an hour before she started singing. And afterwards, she's doing this whole tour on her own. Like, she was at the merch table selling her own merch afterwards, and I bought this tote bag that says, "I love you just for trying." It's the name of one of her songs, and it's honestly the best quality tote bag I have ever bought. Like, I don't know. I feel like nowadays tote bags are just made so cheaply and they're flimsy, but this one was $20 and the quality is so good. Like, I'm just still shocked by how good the quality is. Anyway, while she was selling me this merch, I got to talk to her. She told me that it was nice having me in the front knowing all the words. That made her feel really seen. And I was like, of course. You know, if you haven't listened to Olivia Barton, just do it. She's lovely, and also just a lovely person. Let's see, what else? Oh my gosh, I voted in my very first presidential election the other day. It felt so empowering, just knowing that my vote, it matters. That's gonna go towards, hopefully, goodness, and not chaos and destruction. So I registered for my spring classes, and also I have a plan that's like actually happening. So last year I applied to Georgia Highlands College, and I was gonna go to Georgia Highlands in person this fall, like this semester right now. That didn't wind up happening. I took summer classes at East Georgia State, I'm taking fall classes at East Georgia State, and I'm also taking my spring classes there too, online. I think I'm gonna take one last class at East Georgia State over the summer, and then in the fall, I'm going to KSU. How exciting. I just applied yesterday. I'm going to finish out my junior and senior year at KSU in person. I am so excited. I went to a KSU event a few weeks ago, and it was just so college. I love it so much. The environment, the people. I'm just really excited. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I registered for my spring classes, and it's a pretty hefty course load. So, Intro to Philosophy, College Algebra, Forensic Psychology, Western Civilization to 1648, and World Literature 2. It's a lot, but it's gonna keep me on track. Tomorrow, the new Life is Strange game comes out. Best believe I will be making an episode about it. I'm so excited for it. It's gonna be so much fun. I've been watching a lot of Dexter lately. I'm currently on season 5. Great show. Just great show, Anyway, let's move on to the books of the week. I'm currently reading The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. It's so good. I'm like 150 pages in, but so far, 10 out of 10. And other books that I've read in the past few weeks is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and It's All Small Stuff by Richard Carlson, Overthinking About You by Allison Raskin, and Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Turtles All the Way Down was really good. I really enjoyed that one. Alright, songs of the week. There's a good bit. Okay, Eat Your Young by Hozier, Francesca by Hozier, Look at the Time by Sawyer Hill, First Time by Hozier, Glue Myself Shut by Noah Kahan, Orange Juice by Noah Kahan, Movie Star by Lizzie McAlpine, Everywhere Everything by Noah Kahan. There's so many. Twirl by Olivia Barton, Fun by Olivia Barton, I Love You Just for Trying by Olivia Barton, and Pushing Daisies by Ash and Suki Waterhouse. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a fun and safe Halloween. It's the best holiday of the year. Be safe. I'm going as Marty McFly from Back to the Future. So exciting. Dude, I fucking love Halloween. Anyway, alright, remember that you're loved, you're valued, and you're appreciated. And I love you. Okay, goodbye.